So to start the snow star square, the pattern is written for a chain 5. Now, as I worked this earlier, I found the chain 5 was a little bit too small for me, so I made a chain 6. I'm using slightly heavier worsted weight yarn, and for this particular design, I just needed a bit more space in my starting ring. So chain 5 or 6, slip stitch to that first chain to form a ring. And then for round 1, we will chain 2, which counts as a half double crochet, and work a half double crochet in the ring 15 times. So I'll work 15 half double crochet into this ring. Once you have the 15 half double crochet, you can join to the top of our starting chain 2. If you wish, you may make a magic ring instead, chain 2, and work those 15 half double crochet in the magic ring. If you do that, you'll want to tighten the ring at this point and fasten the end. Now the pattern is also written for changing colors frequently for a 6-color square or a solid 1-color square. I'm modifying that a little bit, but I'll try to mention at the start of each round what the option is. If you're changing colors or not, you can refer to the written pattern for a bit more information regarding that if you prefer. So round 2, we'll chain 1, which counts as a single crochet, and then we'll chain 4. Skip a stitch, single crochet in the next, chain 3, skip a stitch, single crochet in the next. We'll continue that around, joining to our starting single crochet or the chain 1 that acts as a single. 8 chain 3 spaces and 8 single crochet. Now if you wish to change color for next round, you can fasten off and sew on your ends. You'll notice on the video I always leave my ends out in case I need to go back and correct something. Round 3, we'll start with the standing front post single crochet. If you're continuing with the same color, you will work a front post slip stitch around that same single crochet or that chain 1 that we joined last round, and then chain 1, which will act as a front post single crochet. In the chain space, we will place 2 singles, a half double crochet, and a double crochet, followed by a half double and 2 more singles. You may need to slide those stitches over a bit to give you room to fit them in. Front post single around the single crochet, and repeat. In the chain space, we'll work those 2 single crochet, half double crochet, and double, half double, and 2 singles, and front post single. You can go ahead and work that around. When you've worked your way around, we will join to our starting front post single with a slip stitch to end this round. You'll have those 8 sort of petals. That is a group of 4 single crochet, 2 half doubles, a double crochet, and a front post single. Round 4, if continuing with the same color, you will start with a beginning popcorn, which substitutes a chain 3 for the first double crochet. If you're changing color, we can start with a standing double crochet in any of these front post singles. And then we'll add 4 more double crochet to that starting stitch. So that's a total of 5 double crochet. Your first one may be a chain 3 if you didn't change colors. Remove the loop from the hook, insert in that first stitch, put the loop back on your hook, pull through, and chain 1 to close. The chain 1 does not count as a stitch. We will chain 3, skip 3 stitches, and then around that double crochet, we will work a back post single. So in from the back, around the front of the post, out to the back, pull the loop up, and finish a single crochet. Chain 3. We'll skip those 3 stitches again, and in that next front post single, we'll work another popcorn stitch. So 5 double crochet, close that popcorn and fasten with a chain 1. Chain 3, back post single around the next double crochet. And again, you continue that all the way around, and I'll meet you just at the end of this round. So when you have worked your way around, we want to join with the slip stitch to our starting popcorn. I like to enter into the center of those stitches, what's called the eye of the popcorn, and out to the back to pull up my loop and make my slip stitch. So there'll be 8 popcorn with a chain 3 on either side and a front post single crochet. Round 5, if you're continuing with the same color, we'll work a front post slip stitch around this popcorn. So we just come in from the front around the back of the popcorn, back out to the front, yarn over and pull that loop through and through the loop on our hook, and chain 1 to act as a front post single crochet. If you're starting with a new color, you'll start with a standing front post single crochet around any of the popcorns of the previous round. Then we'll chain 1 and we'll work a puff stitch into this first chain space. So we yarn over, insert into the space, pull up a loop about the height of a double crochet, 3 loops on hook. We'll do that 3 more times. Yarn over, insert, pull up a loop, 5 loops on our hook, yarn over, insert, pull up a loop, 7 loops on our hook, yarn over, insert, pull up a loop for 9 loops on our hook, yarn over, pull through 8 of those loops, leaving 2 loops, yarn over, pull through the 2 loops for our first puff stitch. We will chain 1 and work another puff stitch in the same stitch. Yarn over, pull up a loop 4 times. That's 2, 3, and 4, 9 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through all 8, leaving 2 loops, pull through the 2, chain 1. And then we'll work, skipping this back post single, work in the next chain space and making 2 more puff stitches with the chain 1 after each. And then that front post single crochet around the popcorn. Chain 1, and ready to work those puff stitches again with chain 1 in between. Now if you have a little bit bulkier yarn like mine and you find these puff stitches just too big to fit properly, you can substitute it for a mini puff. So a mini puff is worked in the same way. We'll just do 1 less yarn over. So we would pull up a loop for 3 loops, yarn over, pull up a loop, 5 loops, yarn over, pull up a loop, 7 loops, and then pull through 6 and pull through the last 2. So it's just a bit smaller puff stitch that might fit a little bit better if you're finding it too tight and if you have slightly thicker yarn. So you can continue to work that all the way around, and I'll meet you just at the end of the round. So when you've worked your way around, you want to join to the top of our starting front post single. If you did the front post slip stitch with the chain 1, be careful to find that first chain 1 to join to. You may find it slightly roughly at this point. That should work its way out over the next few rounds. Round 6, we can start with a standing front post single around any of the front post single from the previous round, or if you're staying with the same color, you can do a front post slip stitch around that same front post single crochet as our join, and then chain 1 to count as your front post single. In this chain 1 space just before the puff stitch, we will place 2 half double crochet, and we'll repeat that in each of the 5 chain 1 spaces. 2 half double crochet in each chain 1 space, and front post single around the front post single. We'll continue that all the way around. 2 half double crochet in each chain 1 space, front post single around the front post single. On the last repeat, we'll omit the front post single and join to our starting stitch. So it'll be 8 groups of the 10 half double crochet with the 1 front post single crochet in the group. So round 7, we'll start with a front post slip stitch around the front post single right where we left off last round. Chain 3, and that counts as a front post double crochet. Then we'll chain 1. We want to work a front post double crochet around this same front post single. We'll skip 2 half double crochet. The first one is quite hidden. Single crochet in the next. Chain 3. Skip a half double crochet, and we'll do that 3 times. So single crochet in the next stitch, chain 3, skip a stitch, single crochet in the next, chain 3, skip a stitch, and then we'll single crochet in that next, which should be the second last half double crochet before the next front post single. And we'll skip that last half double crochet, work a front post double around the front post single, chain 1, and another front post double around that same stitch. And we'll continue that around. So skip 2 stitches, single crochet in the next, chain 3, skip a stitch, single crochet, chain 3, skip a stitch, single crochet, chain 3, skip a stitch, single crochet. Front post double around the front post single, chain 1, front post double around the same stitch. And we'll continue that all the way around, joining to our starting stitch. So the third chain of our starting chain to finish this round. Round 8, again, we'll start with the front post slip stitch around this first front post double, and chain 3 to count as our first front post double crochet. We will chain 3 and work another front post double crochet or just work a front post double, but around that second front post double from last round. We'll skip the single crochet and then single crochet into the chain 3 space, chain 3, skip the stitch, single crochet into the next space, chain 3, skip a stitch, and we'll single crochet into that last chain 3 space, skip the single crochet, front post double around the front post double, chain 3, and front post double around the second front post double. Ready to work that again. Skip the single, single crochet in this space, chain 3, and single crochet in that last space. Ready to work the front post double, chain 3, front post double, and so on. So you can continue to work that around, and I'll meet you just at the end of the round. So when you've worked your way around again, we will want to join to our starting front post double. So it's the chain 3, or the third chain of that starting chain to join to. Round 9, another front post slip stitch around that starting front post double from last round. Chain 3, which counts then as our front post double crochet. We'll place 5 double crochet in this chain 3 space that's between the front post doubles. It's 2, 3, 4, and 5 double crochet, front post double around the front post double, skip the single crochet in the chain 3 space, chain 3, single crochet in the next chain 3 space, front post double around that next front post double, and ready to repeat again with those 5 double crochet in the chain space between the front post doubles, front post double around that next front post double, single crochet in the chain 3 space, chain 3, single crochet in the next chain 3 space, front post double, and so on. So again, you can work that around, and I'll meet you just at the end of the round. So once you've worked your way around, again, we want to join to the top of our starting front post double, so in that third chain at the beginning. Round 10, we can start with a standing front post double crochet around the first of the 2 front post double, so just before that group of 5 double crochet. Or if you're continuing with the same color, you'll start with that front post slip stitch chain 3. Then we'll chain 1, and working in these 5 double crochet, we want to make a puff mini stitch in each double crochet. So we yarn over, insert into the double crochet, pull up a loop, and we'll do that twice more. 5 loops on the hook, 7 loops on the hook. Yarn over, pull through 6, yarn over, pull through the 2. Chain 1, puff mini in the next stitch. Two more. So it's a mini puff stitch in each of the 5 double crochet with the chain 1. Front post double around this next front post double crochet. Skip the single crochet. We want to place a single crochet in that chain 3 space, and then ready to work a front post double around this front post double, chain 1, and then repeat those puff stitches in each of the 5 double crochet, the chain 1. And so you can continue that around, joining to the starting stitch. So we want to start with a front post double around the front post double just after all the puff stitches. But it's going to be a partial front post double. So we pull up our loop, yarn over, pull through 2, leaving those 2 loops on the hook. Then we'll skip the single crochet and make another partial front post double around the next front post double. So pull up the loop, yarn over, pull through 2, leaving 3 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through all 3, and that's a front post 2 together stitch. If you're starting with the same color, you need to slip backwards into the single crochet and into that front post double, and then work a front post slip stitch chain 2 as the first front post double. Then we will chain 2. We'll place 2 single crochet into this chain 1 space, and we'll repeat that in each of the chain 1 spaces, 2 single crochet. And then 2 single crochet in this last space before the front post double. We'll chain 2 and then work that front post double 2 together stitch. Pull up our loop, yarn over, pull through 2, skipping the single crochet in between these 2 legs of the front post double 2 together. Chain 2. And ready to work those 2 single crochet in each of the 6 chain 1 spaces, and so on. So you can work that around, and I'll meet you just before the end of the round. So we'll chain 2 after our last sets of 2 single crochet in each chain 1 space, and then we will join to the top of that starting front post double, and I like to add an extra loop from the back to the join to secure that front post double. Round 12, going to start with a standing double crochet in a chain 2 space just past the front post double 2 together. If you're starting with the same color, you will just slip stitch into that chain 2 space in chain 3, which counts as a double crochet. We'll place 4 more double crochet into the same space. So we'll skip 3 single crochet, then we want to work a back post single around each of the next 6. So in from the back, around the front, out to the back again to pull the loop through and finish the back post single. That's 3, 4, 5, and 6. Back post half double crochet around the next 3, 2, and 3, and then 2 half double crochet in this chain 2 space. We're going to skip the front post, double crochet 2 together, place 2 half double crochet in the next chain 2 space, back post half around each of these next 3 single crochet, 1, 2, 3, back post half double crochet, back post single crochet around each of the next 6 stitches, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, back post single crochet. And we'll skip these last 3 stitches. 5 double crochet into this next chain 2 space, 3, 4, and 5 double crochet, chain 3, which will be our corner space. We'll skip the front post double crochet 2 together, and then ready to start again in that next chain 2 space with 5 double crochet, and skip 3 stitches, and then start those back post single crochet. So you can continue to repeat that around, and I'll meet you at the end of our last repeat. So on our last repeat, after the chain 3, we will just slip stitch to our starting double crochet to end this round. Each side then has 10 double crochet, 12 back post singles, 6 back post half double crochet, 4 half doubles, and a chain 3 space in the corner. Round 13, working in any of the chain 3 corner spaces, we'll start with a standing double crochet as the first double crochet of our popcorn. So 5 double crochet to make our popcorn. Close it and chain 1, which does not count as a stitch. Now if you are continuing with the same color, you will actually need to try and work backwards and slip stitch into the chain 3s, each of the chains, and then work your beginning popcorn with that starts with the chain 3. So we're going to chain 3 and make 1 more popcorn in this corner space. Going to work a back post double crochet around each of these next 5 double crochet from last round. 2, 3, 4, and 5 back post double crochet. We'll half double crochet in each of these first 3 stitches. Single crochet in the next 16. 2, 15, and 16 single crochet. Half double crochet in each of the next 3 stitches. Back post double around each of the next 5 stitches. And then we're in the corner space where we'll make a popcorn. Chain 3 popcorn and work your way around again. So work your way all through these next 3 sides, and I'll join you just before the end of the last repeat. So as you've worked your way down the side, after those last 5 back post double crochet, you'll want to join 2 of the starting popcorn to finish this round. So each side will have 2 popcorn, a chain 3 space. There'll be 10 back post double crochet, 6 half double crochet, and 16 single crochet. Round 14, you can start with a standing double crochet in any chain 3 corner space, or if you're continuing with the same color, slip stitch into the chain 3 space from where you fastened off, and chain 3. We'll work a beginning popcorn. So you need to add 4 more double crochet. And finish the popcorn. Chain 3 and work another popcorn in that same space, moving that first one over if we need for a bit more space to make these 5 double crochet. We want to make a front post double crochet around this next popcorn. So yarn over, insert from the front around the back of the popcorn, back out to the front, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2 for that front post double crochet around the popcorn. We'll double crochet in each of the next 6 stitches. This first one is hidden by the popcorn. 2, 3. 5 and 6. Double crochet, half double crochet in 3 stitches. 1, 2, and 3. Single crochet in the next 14. 2, 3, 13 and 14, half double crochet in 3, double crochet in 6, five and 6 double crochet, and then we'll work a front post double around this next popcorn stitch, and then ready to work our next corner with the popcorn, chain 3 popcorn, and so on. So you can go ahead, work that around, and I'll meet you at the end of the round. So in our final repeat, we'll do that last front post double around the popcorn, and then we want to join 2 our starting popcorn to finish this round. Each side will have the 2 popcorns in the chain 3. There will be 2 front post doubles, 12 double crochet, 6 half double crochet, 14 single crochet. Round 15. If you're starting with the same color, you'll just slip stitch into the chain 3 space and work a beginning popcorn. If you're changing color, you'll start with a standing double crochet as the first stitch of your popcorn. We'll chain 3 and work a second popcorn into that corner space. We'll make a front post double crochet around the popcorn, and then we want to work a back post double crochet around each of the 34 stitches down the side. So 34 back post double crochet. You can go ahead and work those, and I'll meet you just before our next corner. So 34 back post double crochet. We'll work a front post double around this popcorn, and then ready to work the next corner with the popcorn, chain 3, popcorn in the corner space. So you can go ahead, repeat that around, and I'll meet you just before the end of the round. And again, as you've worked down your final side, you'll want to end with a front post double around the popcorn at the end of last round, and then slip stitch to our starting popcorn to end this round. So there's 34 back post double crochet each side, and the corners have these 2 popcorns with the chain 3. We also have those 2 front post double crochet around the popcorns of last round. Round 16, again we will start with a standing double crochet as the first stitch of our popcorn, or if you're continuing with the same color, slip stitch into the chain 3 space and chain 3 to make your beginning popcorn. So 4 and 5 double crochet and close up the popcorn. Then we'll chain 2. We're going to skip the popcorn from last round, double crochet in the next stitch, which will be that front post double crochet. Chain 1, skip a stitch, and we'll do this 18 times. Chain 1, skip a stitch, double crochet, chain 1, skip a stitch, and so on. So you can work that down the side, and I'll meet you after the 18th repeat. So I've worked those 18 repeats, so finishing with the chain 1, we'll skip this front post double, and then we're going to place a double crochet in the popcorn from last round. Chain 2, then we'll work a popcorn in that corner space. And ready to start the repeat again with that chain 2, skip the popcorn, double crochet in the next, chain 1, skip 1, and so on. So you can work that all the way around, joining to our starting popcorn at the end of the round. Chain 2 after our last repeat, and join to our starting popcorn to finish this round. So you'll have the 1 popcorn, 2 chain 2 spaces, 19 double crochet, 18 chain 1 spaces. Row 17, this is our final round for this square. You may want to measure your square at this point and see how it compares with the other. You could adjust the stitches in this round from double crochet to half double crochet, or even single crochet if necessary. I will show you get started on the double crochet as the written pattern I need to switch to single crochet for my measurements, so I'll be finishing mine up like that, but I'll show you how to start it with a double crochet as written. So with the standing front post double crochet around a corner popcorn is how we start. Or if you're continuing with the same color, you make a front post slip stitch around the popcorn, chain 3. We'll work 2 more front post double crochet around that same popcorn, just working our hook in front of the previous front post double. So 3 front post double around the popcorn in the corner. We'll work 2 double crochet in this next chain space. We'll skip the double crochet, work 2 double crochet in each space. So we'll continue that down the side, ending with that 2 double crochet in that final chain space, ready to work the 3 front post double around the popcorn. So you can go ahead and work that all the way around, joining to our first front post double crochet to end this round and this square. So 40 stitches per side and those 3 front post stitches on the corners. There's an optional round you can add to your square if you prefer, in the center here, if we wish for some extra embellishment or richness. So taking your desired color, we're just going to work around the posts of the stitches. So just entered from the right side to the wrong side, back out to the right side, and work a front post single crochet, chain 3. And you're just going to repeat that, working around each of the stitches of round 1, making those front post single crochet, chain 3. So once we've worked our way around the entire first row, we can join with a slip stitch to the top of our starting single crochet and then fasten off. And then you'll want to just pull those yarn ends through to the back side where you can fasten them off. And I want to go through the loops of a stitch from round 1, so it's directly onto the back. And there. And if you wish, you can block your square and then make sure you sew in all your ends as well.